Hello. Good evening. It's Professor Shadow here. Oh, I want my microphone in the wrong place. Just bear with me 1 second. Here we go. Good evening. Again, Professor Shadow here. A very warm welcome to you to Sunday night in the shadows with yours truly, Professor Shadow. So today, I'm going to be going over a couple of the things I've put out this week. Some of the things I'm looking at putting out next week. But more importantly, I'm going to go over the playlists that spent me 2 whole days of creating. So I've often come on here and said, how I put out lots of content and sometimes it gets lost and it gets buried. And then I saw someone, a friend of mine, had a YouTube channel and just told me, hey, create the playlist like this and put them in order. So I went ahead and did it. Spent the whole weekend doing it, but I still got a couple to do. Actually, there's a couple playlists I realized that could be added to that, but I've got all of the major ones done. So I created a binge-worthy content of my tales, Professor Shadow tales, in a shadow universe that you can literally watch for days on end. Not that maybe you want to sit in front of the screen for days on end, but in case you have to, you can literally watch the tales of me, Professor Shadow, forever. By the time you catch up, I've probably created new ones. So let me share it with you. Let me show you how easy it is also to access the incredible library that we have just built. So I'm going to share this over with you right now. So, of course, that's the live stream that's going on. That's not normally there. Here's the home page. Click the home page of my YouTube channel, and you're going to see this. Series after series after series after series. This one, obviously Crimson Dawn, is 25 hours long. My goodness. You're going to be a long time watching this. Some of these are like, I can't remember, but is that 3 parts, 3 hours here. Yes, 3 hours here. So it's 3 parts, 4 parts, 2 part. And then we go down to the next one. And we have new ones as well coming up. Not brand new, but new to be put in place. Obviously, we know the Eldritch saga is 4.5 hours long. Definitely binge-worthy. Lucas and Alara. This was the first series I ever did. The first series I ever did. 4.5 hours of werewolves connected. So the first time I give that a try. And I think it came out pretty well. Came out pretty well for the first attempt. So some good stories in there. Of course, our favorites, Elder and Sarana, the saga, and everything's connected. So everything's in order. So you could literally just click that and it'll play them in order, or you can go in and select how you'd like to view them. Edgar Thornwood. Yeah, all these. And then we have even more. I know, it's too much. It's too much for you to comprehend, I know. We have more. We have Tall Man, Night Slayer, the Full Moon Society, the Sithras complete series. 9 videos in there. I don't think it's 9 stories. Some of them are trailers. But that's like 3.5 hours of stories. We have this one that got lost. This one got lost. I actually forgot about this one. The Portals series with Winter. I actually forgot about that. But that, found that by looking up. And the other one I noticed that I'm missing. The one I'm missing is Eldridge. I have Eldridge's first 3 stories, which I'm going to put that here. It's a missing space, just waiting for the Eldridge tales to go here. So I'm going to do that maybe tomorrow. But yeah, look at all these. These are It took me all weekend to. I hope people appreciate that. It took me so long to do. It looks so easy, but it took me such a long time to do those. Thomas, good evening. John, good evening. Welcome, my friends. Thank you for joining me this evening. As you can see, I was just talking about how I created the playlists, the complete series, and put them all in order, all together. So all you got to do is click the home page, and there'll be untold series to binge. Just click play, and it'll just play them all in order. And John Shaw is on. John Duncan Shaw. Hello, John. Welcome. And thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yes, so that. Yeah, I actually had a friend who runs a channel, and he said to me, I said to him, how can you, you've got all this stuff on YouTube, all this, and it just gets buried. And for example, I even forgot about the Portals series. And he just said, create a playlist. On the playlist, put a single sign or badge to show that it's a complete series, and just have them on the top. And now when everyone goes to the homepage, you can literally pick the series you'd like to sit and watch. Yes, so you can see I've been quite busy doing that. And in all honesty, it was a pain. It was a pain, but it's done. I'm like, I finished it today. I was a big sigh of relief. Big sigh of relief. But then what did we put out? I always say we, I mean I. What did I put out this week? Put a couple of stories out. Where did we go from last week? Yeah, I did a nice little trailer. Those that enjoyed the Origins of the Werewolf, which is probably one of my biggest stories, I did a little trailer. So hopefully, if you're a fan of Origins of the Werewolf, Dimitri, and that saga, that series, that arc, you was able to see the little trailer I did, which is pretty good. So go give that a watch. And then I remastered, which I said I was going to do last week. I remastered Origins of the Werewolf because I felt it got a little bit buried. So I redid it, and that seems to be being picked up as well. So that's quite good. I put this out a little bit about myself. So if you're wondering who I am, you can go and watch these Notes from the Shadows. I may do some more of those. Don't know. And these, yes, I did the I said I was doing Tales from the Shadows. I did the first one. So that was out. I did it. Serious. 20. I'm making these deliberately 20 minutes. Deliberately. So short stories. I want to build, I'll build a series. So I want to get to about 10 so we can make the complete series. Like the old like Tales of the Unexpected or something. So we're going to have that as Tales from the Shadows. So we have like 10 mini little episodes, completely different, but all, similar in style. So that was the first one. Not many people watch that. So I know sometimes these things aren't your jam, but if you do like the old school horror, make sure to go check them out. Go check them out for me. Nice little trailer. This was the big one. This was the big one of the week. The Elder versus Winter Part 2. That was the big one of the week. That was great. That was so much fun making that. So much fun. I really wanted to show like the old Dracula and Winter being the Renfield of Elder. That was so much fun being able to do that. So I really enjoyed that. Trailer for the next Tales from the Shadows. Not many people watched that. I enjoyed that. Go give that a look. And then the one that I got out today. Trailer, video, and it's one of my usual vampires with a message. So make sure you go there. I know I see a couple of people comment on already have started to pick up the message already. Well, that's great. to be able to do that and feel that some people are on board. So that's really good. That's what I got out so far this week. So been busy. Where are we at? I always felt like immortality meant compromising principles over power. I could never bring us. Indeed. Principles over power. For me, the idea of where the immortality comes in is that whole idea that, what do you have to live for? If you're immortal, then you didn't need to strive for anything. You have no goals. There is nothing for you, because if you can't die, what do you need? And our lives are built around the needs we have. You need love, for example. You need a roof over your head. You need food. Whereas, if you're immortal, you don't need any of those things. Of course, in the vampire world, they need blood and to feed. But that was the whole idea, the principle, the philosophy behind that is that what does someone that cannot die need? Nothing, because they can't die. So then they wouldn't need to do anything, and therefore they wouldn't live. That's the whole idea. That's where I got that principle from. And Honora's on. Hello. Where will Shorai Coyote Ugly? Nice to see you. Please like. Yes, please like if you watch. Reinhard's on. Hello, my friend. I haven't seen you on here for a while. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Week. Yeah, so that's what I've done. Now looking forward to what is planned for next week. Of course, the one I will do tomorrow, Monday, is going to be the next part for Tales from the Shadows, and it's this part 2 here. Which you gotta watch this. Why haven't you watched it? If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I got the idea. Remember that old thing when you're a kid? Not when you're eating a fruit, don't swallow the seeds. And I got that idea from there. So it gives it that look. That was interesting. Working on that, and I want to get the third part or the final part, because once we get the third and final part of Elder vs. Winter, we have another complete series to put on the homepage. So I'm only planning on putting a couple out next week, because there's so many other things happening right now. Your video editing stuff is really getting better. It is because it's getting easier, because the tools that are coming out are just so much easier now. And I was always doing it. So in my older videos, I was doing it the most difficult way, of course, possible. But with the new videos that are coming out, the new AI videos, the video quality is so good. You can just put the video on, take a snapshot of the video, and then use that still, so you're not constantly going in and creating new content. So it makes it so much easier now. So we're definitely getting there with so I did for example, I did this one today. It's a 27-minute long video that took me, it was already written and narrated. It took me probably about 4 or 5 hours to finish. Normally it'd take me a couple of days. So that was a lot easier. Maybe 4 hours. 4 hours. So but what was great about this one, but I cannot, is that you can see it's majority of it is video, because it's so easy to do the video now. Majority of this is video. It's all video because it's actually easier. But look at the quality of the video. The actual imagery is so beautiful. So good. So really, really pleased with the new software that's coming out. A voice of a natural storyteller. I think my voice is okay. It's okay. Gets the message across, and I think it's unique. I think it's unique as well. But I'm really excited to do Tales from the Shadows. I can't wait to get the whole 10-part thing done. I managed to get the Eldred Saga, which I know most of you watched already, onto Apple and Spotify podcasts as well. So if you have Apple or Spotify, go on there. And I managed to get a story I did a while back onto Kindle and Audible. Actually, I don't know if it's on Audible yet, but it's being processed to go on Audible. So you have Audible when you get the credits. Put me in, and hopefully you'll find me. I don't think it's out yet. I think it takes like a few days to go through, but that'll be on there as well. So these are things we're trying to do to try and get the name out a little bit, try and actually bring some money back into the channel, which is draining the channel. I was just saying, we got the software and the new imagery is so good. It's amazing, but it costs money. So I'm fortunate enough that I run another business or two, so I can get this done, but it'd be nice to be self-sustaining. When it comes to vampires, do you go the Anne Rice route of thought? I should never see a vampire with blood in his lips. No, not really. Not really. I think depends if they're messy eaters. It's not really something I think about too much. I think if you're drinking blood, it's probably going to get in all sorts of places. I did one today. The story I did today. The thing is, I don't really show. You can't really show the blood. You can speak about it, but you can't show it, because if you go to put it in any of the, like Leonardo, I use Leonardo a lot. Pretty much that's all I use now. If I go to Leonardo and put blood on the mouth, it sometimes come back with no, we can't show blood. So a lot of the times you can't actually do that. There's a lot of things you can't put in, so you have to do a workaround. But when I think about it, it's like I wouldn't mind if you're drinking blood, it's pretty much going to get everywhere. But I try to think of different things. I try not to. Of course, we're inspired by everybody. We're all inspired by other people. We get our ideas from what we've seen in the past. That's how we create. But I try and look at it and deliberately try and take different paths. Like the one I did today was, the traditional thing is that a vampire casts no reflection. So I'm in my head, I'm like, right, I want to do a story where they do cast a reflection, and we have an answer as to why. And so that was the story I put out today. And I did the other one a couple of weeks back of the vampire that doesn't need to feed. Whereas, there's always that they need to feed. So if they need to feed, I'm going to do it so they don't have to feed, or they find a way around it. Yeah, so that's what I like to do. So there's going to have to be a few more. Yeah, I did. The question was, I'm going to make a blade, where it's half vampire, half man. I have done one. I did start one, and I sort of got the idea originally from, there's a movie called Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, and originally they were going to make that into a series where Captain Kronos was going to go and fight different types of vampires. I mean, if you've seen the movie Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, he fights a vampire, but it doesn't drink on blood; it drains life force. So they were going to do a series where each series there was a different type of vampire. So I thought, okay, they never did it, so I thought, okay, I'll try my hand at it, and I started to do it. I got about 5 in, and the hero is a half man, half vampire, and I'll share it with you right now. So if you go look at this is the beauty of having organization on the YouTube channel. Go to the homepage of YouTube. This won't be here because it's just because I'm live. Go down, and in Shadow Archives here, you will find this, the Night Slayer. And in the Night Slayer, you'll find 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I did 4. Because the 5th one was within a different arc. But there's 4 there. So, yes. So this one, he fights the one that steals madness, one that steals age. I can't remember what the other was. Your youth, that was the one, yeah. Yeah, so there was 4 there. So they'll be worth a watch. And in the final, or episode 4, I'm not finished with it. It's one of those ones I've got to be have the creativity to do it. I haven't come back to it yet because I haven't had the creativity to do it, but I will. And when I do, I will continue this when I get back. So that's something to continuously add to. But yeah, so if you haven't watched that, it's 4, and they're pretty good as well. I like them because it was a way to incorporate different types of vampires, and so I had to get my thinking cap on and think, okay, what can they drain? What can they steal? Oh, one was love. That was the good one. That was the one I really liked, because I put a vampire in there that was like not like a normal vampire. It was almost like a just someone you wouldn't like. So yeah, that was quite good. So if you haven't watched that, The Night Slayer, give that a look. I remember that series. Quite good. Energy Vamp. Yeah, steal your energy. I actually know a few people like that. I know a few people like that. They just steal your energy anyway. Even if they're not vampires, I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But yes, that's so handy now. Someone says, "Hey, have you done a series? Have you got any stories about, I don't know, let's come up with something. Any stories about more to do with like woods and nature and dryads?" Oh, hang on. I can direct you straight away. I just happen to have in this Complete Dark Sagas, Hours of Horror, we have this. So here we have it. Yeah, so pretty good. Pretty good. What about the one of the necromancer? Oh, it just so happened to have. Nice. How about a vampire that feeds off memories? I think I had one that feed off memories. I think I had one already. I think that was the other thing I was missing. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. Like I say, I'm 450 stories in. More. I think it's feeding on my memories. But I am excited to do the Tales from the Shadows, I must admit. I'm excited to do that. For me personally, because I want to see what happens. So I think that's somewhere I could put there. Maybe I could put, because there are lots of like individual stories that are so good. I don't want them to get buried. So I could probably do another one, which are like werewolf tales, vampire tales. Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. Do that as well. So we got everything in one place. No, none of them on today. None of them on today. You know, we never get really that many on the live stream. I don't get hardly anyone watch the live streams. I just like coming on, talking about what I'm done. Helps me sort of put things into perspective. It helps me focus on what I am going to do. Holds me accountable. I think that's important. I come on here and say, next week I am going to do a Tales from the Shadows and Winter Part 2. Now I've got to do that. So I think it's good for me to hold me accountable to what I've got to do. Because if otherwise life just gets in the way. Things are pretty busy right now, summertime, very busy for us. So yeah, holds me accountable. The good thing about all of the Sherlock Holmes and the Last Vampire. Yes, is that with Jeremy Brett? I think I saw the Jeremy Brett version. Is it Jeremy Brett? I was a big Sherlock Holmes fan. Yes, good. Yeah, I actually watched it not long ago again, maybe a year ago, it's not longer. I watched it again about a year ago. Interesting. Did love Jeremy Brett, such a great Sherlock Holmes. For me, I think he was my best Sherlock Holmes. I still love Cushing, love Rathbone. I love them as Sherlock Holmes, but I think Jeremy Brett just stands out a little bit. I don't know what it was, but as Sherlock Holmes, it was really good. If Sherlock Holmes' enemy, Professor Moriarty, was a vampire, what an idea that would be. Nice. Yeah. All right. I didn't know that. I know he's not with us anymore, but didn't know why or how. Such a great Sherlock Holmes, though. For me, he's the best. But then everyone have their opinions. I loved obviously Peter Cushing as Sherlock Holmes, and Basil Rathbone. I still watch them now and again today. I've got them all, but they're all on YouTube, aren't they? All the Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes films are just all there. So if you ever want to watch Sherlock Holmes, just go to YouTube and they're there for you to watch. Some of them in like high definition and everything. It's pretty cool. I have to go there because I have great memories of watching those. As a kid, I used to do a sport, so I've done sport my whole life. And when I was a kid, it was Friday night, and we had to go to do the sport. And always, before we were leaving, there was a Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes on. Always. Brilliant. So just have to wait to watch the end of it. Go, oh, just a minute, we're going to go, it's finished. Okay, we're going to go. So good. Good memories. I got that on, they did a series on the radio. Holmes and Watson. And that was Basil Rathbone and, oh my goodness, terrible. Let's think of the other guy's name. The other actor. Nigel Bruce, of course. Nigel Bruce, yes. Yeah, they're brilliant. My goodness. You know why they're so good? Because they portray the atmosphere of the old horror movies, which is why they're so good. Of course, Basil Rathbone was once Frankenstein, wasn't he? In Son of Frankenstein. I think the best Sherlock Holmes series is the Jeremy Brett ones. For me, they were so good. My goodness, I used to sit and wait all week just to watch them. They were that good. Yeah. Obviously, I did read one of the few books I've actually read literally here. The complete works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, I did actually read. Most books I listen to. The new trailers for Dracula and Frankenstein. No, I haven't. I haven't seen them. Sherlock Holmes played the violin terribly and was an opium addict. Yes. In the stories, he was. The funny thing was when I was to speak to my friends, I was pretty much the only one that was into horror and obviously Sherlock Holmes, because it was the Basil Rathbone thing. That did sort of, for me, fell under the horror movies, especially with the Hound of the Baskervilles. And you speak to people about Sherlock Holmes, and and a lot of people used to think, I think they still do, that Sherlock Holmes was actually real when he was just obviously a fictional character. And I don't forget, one person said to me one time, "Oh, Sherlock Holmes, wasn't he the one that caught Jack the Ripper?" And you're just like, come on. New Dracula movie, yeah. It depends. It's been done a lot. It's been done a lot. I felt that they missed the opportunity to have Sir Christopher Lee play Dracula one more time when he was really old, when he was older, because in the book, the original story, Dracula is like parasitic, isn't he? And I think that would have been, my goodness. And he actually said he did want to play it. He would play it if they were true to the book. Keanu Reeves is playing Dracula. Okay. We'll have to have a look. Have to have a look at the trailers to check them out. I haven't actually watched much this week, to be honest with you. I don't know the time. I did watch a movie yesterday. I had to turn everything off and sit and watch this incredible film, the Minecraft movie. I had to sit and watch it. And Kyra wanted to watch it, so we had to watch the Minecraft movie. It was actually pretty good. So it's coming out in 3 days. Okay. Should be interesting. That should be interesting. Let's have a look. Let's have a look while I'm here. Luc Besson is the director. Dracula. Keanu Reeves. 2026 first concept trailer. Dracula, a love tale. Okay, let's put it in. See if we can find it. A love tale. Luc Besson. Okay, got you. I can't. I've got it up, but I can't put it on here because YouTube will have to go at me for sharing other people's content. All right. Someone put, how many Dracula movies do you want in 3 years? Yeah. John Bela Lugosi played Dracula on it. Yeah, absolutely. I did love the Bela Lugosi movies. Love the old. It's that whole atmospheric, the whole atmosphere of the movie. I think that's what makes the old films. That's what makes the old films. That whole atmospheric. I think that's what they miss today. They try and put too much in, try and put too many special effects and try and be clever and put lines that are going to agree with everybody, and then they spoil everything. Frankenstein coming out in November. I do like the Frankenstein movie. I like Dracula. I like Frankenstein, of course. I like them all. Frankenstein is a brilliant film. If you've not watched the original Frankenstein, Boris Karloff, sometimes we think, oh, it's an old movie, but you watch that original one. It's so good. Boris Karloff was so good, and The Mummy. He did The Mummy. Those two films for Boris Karloff, my goodness, are so good. Sure looked like a Dracula. Yeah, I love the original Dracula. 31, Bela Lugosi, the old foggy street of London, Lugosi walking through with his top hat on. You can't beat that. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. They need to do that. I try and get that in when I do the AI videos, like the clips, the atmospheric bits. I try and put that in. It's quite hard to get. So I think for them movies, it's so good. Yeah. I love those movies so much. Hugely inspirational. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel that because there's so much technology now, when you have these special effects and these great cameras and everything like that, it looks, they try and be too clever. Whereas you got to think the original 30s and 40s relied on story over effects, CGI, great camera work. It simply revolved around story and left lots of it to your imagination. And I feel that's where the stories were born inside our own heads. But hopefully we'll get back to there when don't know if you've seen, but AI is advanced. I think AI is only going to get so far. So it's going to be like the internet. It's going to be, wow, it's amazing, and it's going to get so far, but staying on board with it. But I am looking forward, now speaking about it, that being able to put in like a 5-minute video. Imagine that, put a script in for 5 minutes and it creates it for you. That's going to be so good. How much they're going to charge for that, I don't know, but that would be great. Movies look fake with all the CGI and AI stuff. Yes. Apart from the ones on Professor Shadow, which look amazing. Because, of course, the Professor Shadow ones are pure storytelling with assisted visuals. They are narrated horror experiences. Yeah, I mean, Google are on their way there now, I think. They're on their way. Google, and because Leonardo has Google in it. It has the Google video inside Leonardo. And that's pretty much what I've been using for the videos. But yeah, it looks so good. And they're talking about how to, script, which obviously the film industry is not very happy about. It's not happy about. I mean, my goodness. For example, I did this. I did a story today, as you know. I'm going to just be for you. I can share my own stuff. Don't worry about that. Wailed like ghosts from another. Look at this. This is. But his words bore the weight of lifetimes. You wait for kings and priests to bless your
own fate.
Look at this.
The sculptors of our own souls. For the true fire burns within.
A murmur passed through the crowd.
This is
Some
a
nodded,
movie.
inspired.
This is a movie.
Others whispered disapproval, gripping their prayer beads tighter. You speak of fire, an older man called. But fire, without
him
restraint.
walking down the street. So when I have him walking down the street,
unreachable.
look at this.
Moonlight bathed the crumbling alleys in silver, but the darkness between the stones seemed thicker now.
I did like these
Centuries.
He just got him looking at himself in the mirror.
Existed, and he
So
needed
good. Look,
no
this
king,
is a film.
no priest, no god, only himself, only his reason.
That's so good. Nice, thank you. Hitchcock, yes. I had a friend who went to did film school, and when you do film school, I don't know if you do it now, but when you do film school, you had to study Hitchcock. A vampire story where the vampire is a tree-like spirit. Okay. Tree-like spirit vampire. I don't know what context I could use that. Obviously now when we're on my channel, we can see a lot of, I've moved a lot to where we have the vampire. There's a specific tale, story, lesson that they're teaching as the story goes on. Werewolves the same at the moment. It's the same. We've got these two arcs, and they're both not just storytelling, but they're making you look in the mirror of yourself. We sort of got that at the moment. Sapsuckers. But of course, if you did want to see a tree spirit story arc, complete series. It just so happens that I have one, and it's called Something in the Trees. So we do have a tree spirit in there. So if you are desperate for a sapsucker, then head over to Something in the Trees. Better yet, have a house be a vampire that feeds on the tenants. House vampire. Have you read the story where the vampire is a dinner guest, but he doesn't know that the host family are cannibals who try to eat the vampire, and the vampire laughs and feeds on? No, haven't seen that. You could do it as a comedy like Leslie Nielsen Dracula movie. Yeah. Complete sausage fest. Goodness gracious. So as you can see, Tubby or Kyra hasn't come on today because before this, I had to take her down to laser tag. So she's currently at laser tag, which finishes at 8:30. So when I finish here, I'll go and pick her up. So we could do the laser tag vampire. Yeah, this is someone's birthday party, and she's gone to that. So she finished about 8:30, so I'll leave straight after this and pick her up. That's why she's not coming on saying hello. She actually said it's quite good, because she actually said, "Oh, I'm gonna miss your show." That's fine. Go to laser tag. You see me all the time. Wasn't a TV show years ago where some humans grew in the ground and their veins were like roots? I remember a scene in it where a Hornby train was going around the garden and nearly around the garden, and a newly born human. Oh, no, I don't know. Not seen that one. Not seen that. So what I have been watching lately, only because they're short, there's that guy from Star Trek, and he does that real or not real. I can't remember the name of the show. And they tell a story, and then they don't tell you if it's real or not real until the end. Some of them are quite good. Some of them are quite fun. I'm sure I can't remember what it's called. But they're quite interesting, because some of them have a little bit of mystery and things you wouldn't expect. Like a motorbike. Someone's driving a car, and the car breaks down, and they see a motorbike, and they get on this motorbike and drive it around. It's like a really old bike, and they fall off and crash on it, but nothing happens to them. It's just like someone there, and they're like, "Oh, it's just on a motorbike." And it's like, "What motorbike? There is no motorbike." And it was someone that had died years ago and had this motorbike. So anyway. No, it's not William Shatner. It's the other Star Trek guy from the Next Generation. What's it called? Is it Beyond Belief? Beyond Belief? Yeah, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. That's it. Beyond Belief. There's loads of them. They're quite fun. Quite fun. There are loads of them. And you have to try and guess. So what's good about it, I suppose, is that you have to try and guess whether you believe it's real or it's not real. But of course, you can't tell to the end. But yeah, yes, I've been watching some of those because they're short. They're like 15 minutes. It's just handy to put on. Vampire Car. Jonathan Frakes. I don't know who he is. Jonathan Frakes, yeah, that's his name. Vampire Car that runs on blood. Nice. Nice. So environmentally friendly. Environmentally friendly vampire car. Just fill it with blood and you're on your way. The thing is, I think any of the like vampire car or anything, if I put it out, I don't think anyone would watch it. No one would watch it. I have a hard time getting people to watch like stories that are similar to the older stories from the 70s and 80s. And unless I put a werewolf or a vampire on the cover, many people don't want to watch it. I've never had anything actually get picked up that didn't have a werewolf or a vampire on it on the thumbnail. So, for example, I really enjoyed this. I made a trailer here, which I thought was great, typical from the older 70s, 80s, and a little bit of old childhood fear in there. And, 89 people watched it, that's all. But I actually thought the thumbnail, look at that. I would click on that. But then that's my mentality. If I saw that come up on YouTube, I would click on this. Look at that. I thought that looked great. Maybe I should have his mouth over her head or something. Then people might click on it. But it was great. It was a great little trailer, similar to the older horror that we used to have. Yeah, so unless you put something with a vampire on it, you see, that's why I deliberately put these faces on here. See, this doesn't have a vampire in it. Doesn't get many views. So I really like this as well. This, where's it gone? I lost it. I really like this one. This is my Tales from the Shadows. And not many people watch it at all. Nice thumbnail. If I'd have put a vampire on there or a werewolf, then people would have watched it. It's crazy. Ferret vampire. Vampire car. Modified Skoda. I have a Skoda. Karoq, I have. What do vampires do when they run out of blood? Drink protein shakes. Nice. How about doing a Creature from the Black Lagoon type story? Yeah, I love Creature from the Lagoon. Would people? I could do it. Maybe I could do it in like part of the Tales from the Shadows and see how it goes. So maybe that could be a next, maybe I'll make a trailer for it. Obviously, we don't want to copy Creature from Black Lagoon, but we can do, maybe there's something in a lake somewhere. I like that idea. I do like that spooky lake. I saw the one where he spoke the word and vanished. Yes, that's the one. That's the first Tales from the Shadows one. I really enjoyed that because it's like the old Tales from the Unexpected. I really enjoyed that. But people just at the moment, people are just jumping on the werewolf and vampire stuff, which I don't mind because I do enjoy doing stories of werewolves and vampires. Tubby, hey, how is she even on? Hope you're well. How are you even on this? You should be doing laser tag, not texting me. Is it time to come? It's time for me to pick you up. Yeah, I don't know. She should be playing laser tag, and she's at the laser tag place watching the show. Awesome. I'm eating pizza. Nice. Eating pizza at laser tag. Yeah, have the lake be made of blood and absorb swimmers in it. Check my email. I haven't checked my email for ages. When I check my email, I don't just have like loads of spam and stuff. So sometimes I don't bother. But I will check it tomorrow. All I get on the Professor Shadow email is people saying, "Hey, I see your channel. We can get you an Instagram, or we can do this, or it's just crazy. Leave me alone." Yeah, and I created the Professor Shadow email because I thought, okay, that'll be private for me. No one will be able to get to it. Spam everywhere. Spam world. I didn't put it on my. I have a different email as well. Couldn't put it on there because literally every day, if I have 200 to 300 emails a day, just garbage. It's just garbage. And out of that, I've got to pick out the emails that are for work. It's insane. Insane. But I will have a look. Do not worry. It's actually a little bit easier to get to it as well. I don't have as much spam on that one, so just a little bit of spam. I'll give it a check. Good night, Fraser. Catch you in the comments. Thank you for joining me. Great to see you on here, my friend. Appreciate it. And take care. See you soon. Good. Well, on that note, I feel, getting close. I better go and get ready to go and pick you-know-who up. I'm sure she's getting ready to finish a pizza, and that must be it. So they must be finished with tag, eating, and then I'll go and pick them up. It takes me about 20 minutes to get there. Hope she saves me some pizza, because I'm actually quite hungry. Quite hungry right now. Good night. Thank you, Thomas, for joining me. Appreciate it. For walking in the shadows once more. And if you're watching, of course, I'm going to finish off on my line. If you're watching the replay, don't forget, you can still put in the comments. I won't be able to reply and talk back to you straight away, but I will be able to reply to your comment if you put it in there in the comments below. I will look at that and it will come back and I'll be able to reply to that. So if you have a burning question, maybe you're thinking to yourself, wow, Professor Shadow, I've been watching your stuff. I love the way you've organized all of your playlists and the series, and I'd love to support you and join your membership. You, of course, can go and ask me that question. No plug intended, of course. And you can go somewhere here and join. of course. Or maybe you're thinking, Professor, I'd love to get some of those wall art or the t-shirts. Or check the professorshadow.com website and you can. And not only can you get it, but you will be supporting me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But yeah, don't forget, any questions you have, you can put it below. I will answer them. Sometimes I do miss you. If I see a comment and it gets like a little bit, there's other comments coming through, sometimes I can miss it. So if I do miss your comment, I do apologize. Just send me another one. If I haven't replied in a couple of days, I will get back to you. Don't worry about that. And on this note, appreciate you walking with me once again in the shadows, but I do have to go. I cannot linger too long here, for I will stay forever, and so will you. Take care, my friends. See you real soon.